The girl threw away her boyfriend's proposal ring and pulled out the phone SIM card. She resolutely boarded the departing plane, preparing to go home and marry the partner arranged by her parents. However, her boyfriend, who was still unaware of this, was busy having a date with his secretary. Once, they were like-minded and intimate lovers. To support the man's dream, the woman accompanied him in starting a business without fear of hardship. The man had also publicly promised that once the company went public, it would be the time for him to marry her. Yet, 8 years passed. The man's career was thriving, but the wedding remained far from sight. One day, the woman worked hard for the man as usual, drinking so much that she suffered from gastric bleeding. Meanwhile, her boyfriend was flirting with the secretary beside her. Because the woman felt unwell, she refused a glass of wine from a client. Unexpectedly, instead of helping her boyfriend told her not to let such a small thing affect her work. At that moment, the secretary deliberately offered to drink it instead. However, the man refused, saying that she wasn't in good health, claiming that since his girlfriend had a good constitution and high alcohol tolerance, she should be the one to drink. The woman could only helplessly be forced to drink glass after glass. When she dragged her exhausted body out of the private room, her boyfriend picked up the secretary and left without looking back, because of the secretary's pretended dizziness. Looking at her boyfriend's departing back, the woman felt that her 8-year-long devotion had been wasted. Shortly after the woman arrived at the hospital, she received provocative photos sent by the secretary. Then her boyfriend called to tell her that he had to take care of the sick secretary, and that he was going to postpone their wedding for a few more days. This time, the woman no longer wanted to be a fool and hung up on her boyfriend. Then she called her wealthy father and said that she agreed to go home. On the wedding day, the man waited for a long time, but the bride didn't show up. At that moment, the man began to feel panicked. For the first time, he pushed away the secretary who had been pestering him, and tried to get his girlfriend back. However, when he inquired about his girlfriend's whereabouts again, he learned the news that she was about to marry someone else. When the woman in the wedding dress opened the door, the man in front of her immediately asked her who she was going to marry.